There is a silent conversation happening inside you right now. A mechanism so complex that even modern science stands baffled before it. It is the invisible, mysterious dance between your physical body, your restless mind, the wandering senses, and the infinite soul. Think about it. You breathe, you feel, you function, all on autopilot. But who is the pilot? Ancient wisdom tells us the soul is just a witness, a catalytic agent of pure light that powers the machine but never touches the wheel. Yet, we see the chaos. When the mind is clouded by stress and ego, the body suffers. The temple begins to crumble. We become victims of our own complexity, unaware of how our thoughts are poisoning our very cells. But there is a secret key, a state where the mind hits zero. When the noise fades, a divine current awakens in the spine. The witness takes the throne. In that golden silence, the conflict ends, and the human begins to transform into the superhuman. Today, we journey beyond the intellect, into the very core of your being. How does the invisible spirit actually drive this visible machine? And how can you master this connection? Let us unravel the ultimate mystery of existence.
Today's satsang is on the mystery of mutual interaction among soul, mind, senses, and human body in the existence. This is a very deep subject. It could not be understood completely. Even scientists do not understand this. Spiritual seekers also do not understand this. You only get an understanding of this when you reach a deep state of consciousness. Even then, it is only a glimpse. In reality, the internal interaction that happens among the soul, mind, senses, and human body in existence is extremely complex. It is very mysterious and far beyond the knowledge of human intellect. Only upon reaching the state of samadhi or ecstasy, one gets a mere surface glimpse of it. Many scientists and yogis have done extraordinary work on this, but no real conclusion could be reached yet. Externally, only something or the other has been understood. Understand this, that in existence, a human is the only conscious being. In the human body, the soul, that is consciousness, the mind, and the senses reside. Among all these, as long as a person is alive, keeps breathing, mutual interactions keep going on. Whatever actions go on inside are extremely complex. These actions operate on many levels. Our soul, our consciousness, resides in our body as a witness, or in another form you can say as an observer. It is like a catalytic agent in our physical body. Whatever our actions are, call them actions or reactions, they all happen in its presence. It itself does not participate in any action or reaction. It remains only a witness. Soul, that is, as soon as consciousness leaves the body, the person is declared dead. We also have senses in our body. The senses that are in our body collect all information from the external world, and they have contact with our mind. Our eyes, nose, smell, whatever information comes through the senses, all this informs our mind. The body works through the senses under the tendencies of the mind and on the instructions of the mind. These are very mysterious and complex processes. All the functions of the body run smoothly on their own. All this runs based on the desires and tendencies of the mind. They are affected by extremely complex processes. The soul inside a person is just a single cell of complete consciousness. The soul or consciousness enters from the universe into the mother's womb at the stage of conception. It is almost like the reflection of the moon has come into a pot of water. When the pot breaks, that form also ends. The meaning is that the soul or consciousness disappears. After death, when it leaves the body only after the breath stops. Only then the person is declared dead. Understand it like this: when the pot in the form of the body breaks, the consciousness or soul becomes invisible. All actions of a human happen only in the presence of consciousness, that is the soul, as long as he is alive. It resides in the human body only as a witness. It does not do anything itself. All works in the human body happen only by the light of consciousness. Now you can also take some information about the human body, which is the physical body. The human physical body is the most complex creation of the universe. It is a walking, thinking, extremely sensitive machine. There are many complex designs and complex organs in it. This physical body is a group of these designs and organs. This complex human creation, that is the physical body, takes power only through food, takes fuel. The food we take gets divided into small parts inside the body. Organs inside the body, meaning whatever subtle organs are inside the body, they extract juice from this food. All these organs function in a very complex state in the form of muscles. The muscles of our body give the form of blood to the juice extracted from the body by the internal organs. Complete power to run life comes from this blood. How blood is made from just a single bread, this is almost a mysterious action. Its knowledge is very mysterious. This blood conveys power to every cell of the human. In this way, all physical and mental works run simply in the creation in the form of the body. There are extremely subtle and complex organs inside the small body of a human. All these complex organs develop various types of digestive fluids. The juice that is formed by food, the body absorbs this juice through the arrangement of intestines. Our kidneys and rectum are helpful in throwing the waste filth of the body out of the body. There is a self-operated process inside the body. Everything is completely self-operated, we do not even sense it. All organs of the body remain completely covered with skin. If they are not covered with skin, then excessive sound, that is noise, would come from their functions. Scientists have experienced this. Its noise is so much as if it is happening in a factory. But, due to being covered by skin, it is not felt at all. For this reason, a person can walk around freely, can do all kinds of work. Everything keeps running inside him. This is a very mysterious state. A person does all work with the power generated by food from the human body. The mind gets power from it, and with that same power, a person also indulges in enjoyment, luxury, and pleasure. All internal organs always remain busy. A human has no sense of this. When the body gets tired, it rests. This rest is such that for that time the person is in a state of death. In this state, power comes to him from the universe. Every day for 30% time, that is 8 hours, a person rests. Even in this state of rest, the body keeps working. The male body meets the female body and through intercourse also develops a human body like itself. All these are very mysterious situations inside the body. How all this is operated, there is only a feeling of it. Upon any disorder, the body starts receiving signals. These signals appear in the form of rising temperature, in the form of tiredness, in the form of rising blood pressure and rising diabetes. The body gives different types of complex signals so that the person can improve himself. All these signals appear externally. These are felt in the mind also. The mind and body influence each other very closely, remain related to each other. But by which method they remain related? Many books have been written on this, but complete knowledge of this has not been obtained yet. This is a very complex process. If said in summary, the mind is affected very deeply when the body is unhealthy, because the mind and body have a very close relationship. Due to internal problems of the body, if there is no compatibility of food or work, then many tensions come into the body. Due to that, a person gets diabetes, blood pressure increases, heart problems also occur. All these physical problems also affect the disorders of the mind. If blood pressure becomes high, then the person becomes angry, he starts getting angry very quickly. His digestion process is affected. There is no stability of any kind in the mind. Anger comes from small things. Sugar or diabetes makes every organ of the body weak, and when the mind becomes weak, then the body becomes even weaker. So, neither the mind can work smoothly, nor the body can work. How they are related to each other, this is a very mysterious subject. Even scientists do not have complete information about this yet. With time, heart-related diseases can also occur. This can happen due to food also, can happen due to stress also. It is very difficult to understand the causes of all these. Sometimes death also occurs due to sudden stopping of the heartbeat. Upon not taking care of health, upon not having control over eating and drinking, upon not doing exercise etc., the body faces endless diseases and the mind is also affected by that. Due to all these reasons, a person can get skin disease, tuberculosis happens, cancer happens, and one may have to face many types of incurable diseases, and due to the causes of all these, the mind is affected very much. If you understand in summary, then the body is the temple of God. Consciousness and mind reside in it. The relation of mind and consciousness is with every cell of the body. But how it is related, humans do not have knowledge of this yet. What is the mind? This is also a very big mystery. We only talk about the mind, but what the mind actually is, no one knows. Upon being unhealthy in any form, it becomes difficult for the mind to control the body. In some form or another, only the mind controls our body. Mind and body are mutually related very closely. Their relationship is on many levels and it is supremely mysterious. Different types of mental diseases increase from different types of physical diseases. This is also very mysterious. There are 5 types of pranas or vital airs in our body. These pranas are generated in the body only by the method of our breaths. In this, there is the main prana, there is Vyana prana, Samana prana, Apana prana, and Udana prana. All pranas have different work in the body. You can understand how complex all this is. Apart from this, there are 7 spiritual chakras in the body. Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Heart Chakra, Vishuddhi Chakra, Agya and Sahasrara Chakra. As power reaches these chakras, various types of qualities start coming into the human. A person can sense this. But how all this happens, this is an extremely mysterious process. That is why it is very difficult to understand the human body at any level. Not only this, inside this body, which is our Annamaya Kosha or food body, there is Manomaya Kosha or mental body, there is Vijnanmaya Kosha or wisdom body, there is Anandamaya Kosha or bliss body. Any disease that appears on our physical body, it comes into the inner bodies first and appears on the physical body only after that. All this is a very complex process. If a person is sensitive, then he can sense which disease is manifesting inside him. Yogis, who are great yogis, sense by looking at the subtle body which disease is in this person or which one is about to manifest. But how all this happens, this is a very mysterious and unsolved subject. Not only this, there is a causal body inside our body, there is a subtle body, and whatever experiences we have of past lives remain imprinted on the subtle body and causal body in some form or another. How all this happens, how nature operates all these, there is no knowledge about this. Not only this, the life force that is in our body, the power of consciousness, the mutual contact of these two, only from that an electric current appears in the body. Kundalini power develops. the knowledge of the person increases. All this is so subtle and mysterious that even in thousands of years man has not been able to solve this mystery. There is only a mere feeling. If we discuss about the senses and the mind, then there are 5 main senses in a person's body: eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. Apart from this, there are 2 more senses whose knowledge is nominal only. One sense is near the ear and the other is in the heart region. The invisible sense near the ear, when a person walks, it balances the body. This is an extremely sensitive sense. In old age, a person loses balance. A person's hearing capacity decreases and the work of this sense is also affected because of that. How is their contact with each other? We do not know even a bit, but such has been sensed. The sense of the heart place makes a person more emotional and sensitive. It also controls human nature. All these senses remain in complete contact with the mind internally. Their relation is extremely complex. What kind of relation they have with the mind, it is also extremely difficult to sense this. These senses work only after taking signals from the mind. The mind is invisible inside the body. Where it is situated, how is its arrangement, this is a very mysterious subject. The process of the mind is also very complex. That is why the mind is called Maya. According to spiritual science, the mind is considered the form of Brahma. The mind changes every moment. Every arrangement of the body affects it. The mind takes information from the senses and being affected by its internal disorders, by its various desires, by its impressions, makes the senses work. In this way, it keeps the senses under control. The body and senses work only on the instruction of the mind. All this is very indescribable and strange. Lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego affect the mind and the senses get excited to work only according to the instruction of the mind. According to the opportunity, the mind also tries to fulfill its suppressed lusts. It receives a message from the senses, mixes its lusts in it and then tries to fulfill them in the physical form. You can understand how mysterious and how strange everything is. Under the influence of disorders, the senses move forward only according to the instruction of the mind. Senses do nothing, they work exactly as the order is received from the mind. As we know, there is no end to the desires of the mind. Desires of many births remain stored inside a person and they remain on many levels of the mind. They remain in the conscious mind, remain in the subconscious mind, and they have different forms. The mind can also develop and take the form of superconsciousness. The mind finds faults in everyone and considers itself very great. The mind has many forms. If the lusts of the mind are not fulfilled, remain unfulfilled, then worries increase in the mind. Upon non-fulfillment of desires, anger comes in the mind, instability comes, and this is a very complex process. And the mind often does wrong deeds. This itself is called sin. It causes harm to others. The mind also suffers pain by different methods. How all this is coordinated, what is the knowledge of this? This has not been understood till now. Upon non-fulfillment of the desires of the mind, various types of tensions come on the inner level of the mind. How these tensions affect the mind, this is also very surprising. You can also understand it like this: due to stress, the digestion process of the body is affected. The effect of acidity increases in the body. Due to stress, the body becomes unable to digest food, because it cannot make digestive juices. Science has understood this process very well, that the digestion process is affected first by the stress of the mind, and slowly heart diseases start coming, blood pressure starts increasing, and different types of problems come. All this is due to stress. By which method all this happens, this is very mysterious. This can happen from workplace stress, can happen from physical problems, from family stress, from children's stress, from children's study stress. All this keeps a person in stress, affects his mind, and as soon as the mind is affected, the body becomes weak. Every type of disease starts coming. To save himself from stress, a person finds an easy path. He starts drinking alcohol, starts gambling, and falls into different types of addictions so that his stress reduces. Slowly a very pitiable state occurs, and after a lot of delay, the person understands that the body and mind are completely mutually related. By doing immoral acts also, the mind has to bear the burden of different types of tensions. A human's mind, body gets completely affected by terrible problems. How this happens internally, this is all a mystery. But it is completely known that due to all these reasons, first the mind is affected, then the body is affected, and unsolved problems start coming in front of the person. Slowly the person understands that body, senses, mind, his old impressions are related in every form and affect him. All is a solitary state. Now the question arises that what should be done in this situation? Reaching here, only the spiritual process remains with the person. That alone shows the light to the person and frees him from all these maladies, but all this is also not simple. By his firm determination only, a person can obtain victory over his problems. How this happens internally, this is also very mysterious. But to obtain victory in this, spirituality and self-knowledge are very helpful. Why are they helpful? How are they helpful? What is the internal arrangement? This is also an unknown mystery. Without self-knowledge, the body and mind cannot be arranged. The reason for this is only one, that behind the human's mind, senses, and body, the unknown spiritual power of the soul works. It does not interfere in the person's work, but when the light of spirituality comes into the person's mind, then it gives good wisdom to the person. This is the power of God. The mind makes the body unhealthy for the fulfillment of its lusts, does antisocial works also through the senses. Increases its problems in life. Senses are also affected by the subtle thoughts of the mind, lusts also have an effect. But all this can be arranged if the mind engages in devotion to God, and by God's grace it is possible to control all this. Complete determination is needed in all this. God's grace is needed. Only by becoming detached from the world can a human walk on devotion to God. Otherwise, it is impossible to walk by falling into the maladies of the world. The mind can be controlled only by walking on the path of God. As long as pain and suffering do not arise in the mind, a person cannot bow towards God. His pain and suffering that have come in his life, when he finds no other way, only then he sheds his tears in front of God. Due to pain, his mind comes to the feet of God. By this pain only his mind changes. How the mind changes by pain, this is also a big mystery. But this actually happens. Lord Krishna also gave the knowledge of Gita to Arjuna on the battlefield itself. In pain, the mind has the capacity to accept, its capacity to accept increases. Only by explaining, in ordinary circumstances, a person does not adopt the path of God. When he is in pain, he remains aware. Chants mantras, performs the process of breaths and tries to understand his goal in this life, obtains the knowledge of the witness, and slowly when he moves towards God, then his maladies start reducing. The body starts becoming healthy. Senses come under control. This is the mystery of mutual interactions among soul, mind, senses, and human body in the existence. How these are mutually related, the knowledge of this is zero, but it has been seen that they are related to each other very closely. When the mind comes to a zero state, then consciousness develops. As soon as consciousness develops, a current is experienced in the spine. The spine feels that the flow of God's current has started in it. With the flow of this current, the body slowly starts becoming healthy, lusts start ending, and the person starts becoming Shiva-like. Disorders get burnt only by the flow of this current of God. This spiritual current is the power of God. In the end, this alone purifies the mind. Slowly the human develops and comes to the path of God. And if he develops more, he can also become a superhuman. Different types of divine powers come into the body. The body becomes completely healthy. This power moves from Muladhara and reaches Agya Chakra, and flowing from there reaches the universe again. The person becomes settled in samadhi or ecstasy. The senses turn from outside to inside. They start experiencing the inner world. When they experience the inner world, then by the light of the soul, the person starts getting every kind of knowledge. In this way, a person benefits in every form. But why and how this happens? Its answer has not been found yet, but it has been established that food, the process of living, thoughts, body, mind, old impressions, all are mutually combined. They affect each other. Only by the light of the soul, all these can be limited. To increase the light of the soul by devotion to God and meditation is the only solution so that a person can remain healthy, can be blissful. In reality, everything is a mystery. Why and how it happens, there is no answer to this. But by God's grace, even without knowing the mystery, a person can be free from his maladies. This is authentic. This is the subtle knowledge. Only by walking on the path of God, a person becomes self-reliant. Although a person cannot know all these mysteries on the mental level, if he becomes one with God, then he can be physically healthy. His mental development can happen, consciousness can reach the highest peak, and in the end, he can become filled with God. He can have the knowledge of the universe. Even without knowing the mystery, he can live in bliss. This is God's grace. We should make this complete effort in life that we become filled with God, and remaining in that only, remember Him in every breath, keep Him in mind. Living inside that power only, we can rise above all obstacles of life and can achieve the goal of life. Thank you.